My name is SirApasaurio, but everybody call me Appa, so you can call me Appa if you want. I'm an artist. I draw, and well, basically that's all. I like to draw. I like to play video games, especially Sonic. And well, I'm from Mexico. I'm 20 years old.
All right. Now, what's it like for you being an artist?
Well, something I like for me an artist is basically like I feel it's a perfect way to express myself and bring things you imagine to life. Characters, stories, and even just like places that doesn't exist, but you can bring them to life by drawing it.
What would you say is the difficulties that you face while trying to make your art?
Right now, I will say to um, get commissions because I feel it's hard to make your art reach a lot of people. But in general, I will say something that I think it's hard for every artist in general is I don't know how to say it, but like the way to express yourself. I don't know if I'm expressing myself good, but like I want to draw something, I'm drawing it, but like it's not how I imagine it. I think that's something it complicates to every artist in general.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like, it's hard to put on paper what you see in your head, like translate it well.
Basically that, exactly, just that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I could totally agree with you on that one. Now, what software do you use or like programs do you use to make your art?
Well, I personally started being a traditional artist. Um, then I move on to digital art on my cell phone. I use it Medium Paint and Flip a Clip. But then I get my first tablet and I start to use. I'll keep going with Medium Paint, but then move to Krita, and that's the software I'm using right now.
Would you recommend any of those softwares to any artist that's starting digital?
I will say Medium Paint. Grit is a little bit too complex. I will recommend it if you already have a little bit of experience on digital art. But if you are just beginning on digital art, I will recommend Medium Paint. Maybe Flip a Clip a little bit, and even Magma. But yeah, mostly Medium Paint.
Okay. Now, what's one art piece or what's your like magnum opus? What would you like to be known for?
Well, I like to draw backgrounds. Usually, I feel most proud of them, but I want to be remembered mostly for stories. I know it's not exactly like drawing, but I really like to write stories, make a new universe, make new characters, make new places. So if I go, I want to be remembered for a person who make a lot of stories and good stories in general. But yeah, in general, I like to draw backgrounds. I really feel proud of them, but I want to be remembered for making stories.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Uh, are there any artists that you take inspiration from?
Well, at the beginning, when I was just starting to draw, well, it's funny because I started to draw not for an artist. It was from a family member, my grandfather, who rest in peace. And when I was with him, he usually asked me to draw UFOs for him. I don't know exactly why UFOs, but okay. And one day he just told me, "Well, now draw whatever you want." I drew whatever I wanted. I don't remember exactly what, but he liked it. I like it too. And after that, I started drawing for fun, like not because somebody asked me to, just because I wanted. Well, that's how I started to make art. But then when I um started to be more, well, be more an artist that just a person who likes to draw. I will say that my first artist inspiration will be Sarah Anderson. I think that's how it's named. It's a girl that makes comics. I really like them. But right now, I will say that one of my inspirations right now will be Anna Pijamas. Because he draw really cool backgrounds. Actually, I think she's a background artist, so I really have a lot of inspiration of her.
Would you say that I was what got you into making art as well?
When I used to make art, in first place was my grandfather, but the person that guided me to make art right now, it's yeah, Anna Pajamas.
Okay. Is that like an artist you would also like to collaborate as well? What artists would you like to collaborate with in the future?
Well, of course it will be Anna Pajamas because it's a big inspiration to me.
Yeah.
But I will say also like, well, I don't know a lot of artists to be honest. Uh, but in general, I like to collab with everyone in general. If an artist come to me and say, "Hey, you wanna make a collab?" I will say, "Of course, let's do it." So yeah, it's not like I have a specific person I want to collab. It's just like I want to collab with everybody who wants to collab with me.
Okay. Now, is this like something you would like to take professionally or just keep it as like a hobby?
I will say something I want to take it professionally, but right now not. I feel like I can get better. I still can get better to make it something professionally. So right now I'm just taking it as a hobby, hoping that in the future it becomes something more professionally.
Okay. Now, what gives you that drive to make art? Like, what gives you that drive to keep going?
I will say again, my grandfather. I promised him to make a anime series one day. So basically that. But if it wasn't my grandfather, it will be the fact I just like to draw. I like to do it. That's all. I don't have like a specific reason to keep drawing. I just draw because I want to and I like to.
Now, is there any projects that you're working on right now that you could tell the audience, or is that something that you would like to keep on the down low for us?
Right now, it's funny because this I plan to this year not be so focused on my art. I'm this year I'm more focused on my YouTube channel and that well that. But I'm really planning and I'm still working on it. And I hope the next year be able to have something more complex. I will say, and it's basically a series of comics about multiverse and all that. But yeah, right now I'm not fixed at all on that project. I'm focused on my YouTube channel, but that project is something like I've been planning for like 10 years, and will really like to make it a reality in the next year.
Okay, yeah, no, and it's anything's possible. I like to say. So
Yeah,
it's
me
better
too,
to
me too.
try. You know,
Yeah, yeah, so try and learn about the tries you make.
as of your current project, how has it been going for you as like right now? Has it been
Ah,
good?
well, I would say everything okay. I'm still learning. I will say everything is going good. Um, Not bad, but not great. Just good. I'm still learning. I'm still uh, trying new things, seeing what works and what not. Like, but yeah, I will say everything is going good. I'm literally just right now learning and see what works and what not.
Okay. Now, for the artists that are starting out, do you have any tips for them on like mistakes on not to make in this community or like field as in general?
Well, something I will say to artists that are just beginning, and even to artists that already been drawing for a long time, I will say to them to draw what they want to draw and not what others want them to draw. Like I have a lot of artist friends that usually feel like, no, my art is not loved. My art is nothing because I upload this. I like to draw, but then it gets no likes. But then I draw this that it's not like something I like to do, and it gets a lot of likes. I will say to focus on what you want to draw, because at the end it's your own art. I will say that just do what you want and what you love to do without mind what others want of you.
Yeah, no, I could totally agree with that because I feel like a lot of people get jaded if they like don't do that, and it kind of like sucks the joy out of it as well.
Yeah, and people just stop drawing because they feel like, no, my art is not good enough and I should just give up. It already happened to a friend of mine that she literally just stopped drawing for like 3 months or even more because she felt that her art that she loved to make was not worth it. So yeah, I will say just do whatever you want, and sooner or later there will be people that gonna support you for what you draw and who you are, and not for what they want you to be.
Yeah, exactly. No, I completely agree with you. Now, since we're getting close or like near to the end, is there any messages that you would like to give out to the world, or is there any questions you'd like to ask me?
To the general world, do whatever you want to do, do whatever you love to make, and put a lot of effort, but especially love on what you make, and you're gonna see that sooner or later it's gonna be worth it. Just love what you are making. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because well, at the end, the mistakes can help you grow and can help you to be a better person in general.
Okay. Would you like to shout out anyone? And also, where could we reach you on any of your platforms?
Well, I would like to show my, of course, my girlfriend. She draws really good. You can find her, if I'm right, on Twitter like Buffer Buffalo. And I would also like to shout out another artist friends I have that I feel like they deserve a little bit more of attention. A friend of mine called Senora Miao. Also, a really other good artist I really wanted to shout out. It's a friend called Anya. Um, she draws really good and dominate a lot of artists in general. Yeah, that will be the artist I shout out. And well, people can find me on Instagram like Diosapa, on Twitter like SirApasaurio, but also I have a no safe for work account, but only for people over 18 years old, called SirApasaurio, in case you want to follow me there. And I also have a blue sky, exactly like the Twitter, but I don't use it so much. So yeah, basically that.
All right.